Hi families. Today we're going to talk about 5 steps to trying new foods. Now, if you're a picky or selective eater, trying a new food can feel like a really overwhelming task. It's important to know that learning to like a new food takes a lot of practice, and it can take time to adjusting to these new tastes and textures that you're experiencing. One skill that we want to equip you with are these 5 steps to trying a new food. This approach combines mindfulness to help you stay open-minded to trying the food, as well as a systematic sensory approach to trying the food. And we've got Jessie here to help us with a really hands-on demonstration. Jessie, take us away.
Yeah, thanks, Erin. I'm excited to do this. I figured the best way to teach about the 5 steps for trying new foods is to do it ourselves. So I brought with us a bar that I just got for my kids, and I thought we would try it ourselves. Cool. So the first step in trying a new food is to look at it, all right? So trying to use really non-judgmental words, just a few quick observations that you have about what the food looks like.
So it's a rectangle. It's got some tan flecks, some darker spots in it, and mostly brown.
Awesome. Doesn't have to be anything super laborious or elaborate, just really quick observations. Next step is to feel it with our hands. What does it feel like?
Okay, it feels flat, maybe a little sticky, and smooth.
Yeah. And now, how does it smell? Smell can be a tough one.
So I'm definitely smelling fruity okay. Aromas.
Is it strong or a weak smell?
It's a little strong,
Okay.
There's like a certain scent in there that's a little hard to figure out exactly what it is.
I can find scent can be a hard one to describe sometimes, but just do your best.
Yeah, so I'll go with fruity.
Okay. So next step is to eat it. Now, there are 2 things we're gonna do after we eat it and put it in our mouth. We're gonna first focus on the taste. So is it sweet? Is it salty? Is it bitter? And then we're gonna focus on texture, how it actually feels in our mouth, because that's actually a pretty big part of how we experience the taste of food. So let's take a bite, and then we can talk about taste and texture.
Okay.
So I'm noticing that it tastes sweet.
Yeah, definitely sweet. Mine tastes like maybe a little sour, but definitely the sweetness and a familiar flavor in there. I can't really quite make it out what it is.
How about texture?
The texture was mostly smooth. It kind of broke apart pretty easily in my mouth, and I didn't have to chew it too much.
Okay. I experienced it as being kind of chewy and sticky, but we're all different, right?
There we go.
So that's it. That's all you have to do to try a new food, those simple steps. A couple of other tips that I would ask our families to keep in mind is that first, any size bite is fine. So if the food is particularly challenging or hard, even a small bite is sufficient for doing the 5 steps. And then as a parent, I would also recommend really just focusing on the fact that your kid is trying something new. Not really pushing them to have to like it or make any kind of judgment about the food, but really just reinforce that, hey, you did something new, and that's part of how we learn to like new foods.
Awesome.